Dental Unscripted. Mike and Paula break down the ownership journey, one episode at a time. How to start up, buy, and run a successful dental practice. And now, your hosts, Michael Dinsio and Paula Quinn.
What? Welcome. Episode 1, Dental Unscripted. My name's Michael Dinsio, and I have my co-host here, Paula Quinn. Hey, Paula.
Hey. Good morning.
What's going on? Yeah, good morning. It is a morning. We're trying to get amped up. Well, guys, welcome to the show. For those of you that have watched other podcasts that we have going on, the Startup Unscripted podcast and the Dental Acquisition Unscripted, those podcasts are coming into this one. And so we're super excited about the rebrand. We're just going to go Dental Unscripted and just cut out all the noise. And so this is the new rebrand. And for those of you that follow me on the other podcast, you'll notice there's another face on this, and it's Paula, and I'm lucky to have her on the show. Paula, why don't you give me your background, or give the audience a background, and then I'll give mine after yours, and we'll just kind of get into, why people might actually want to listen to the Paula Quinn.
Okay. Well, you're so much better at
selling you.
Yes, the accolades than I am, but
well, you got an opportunity to brag, so brag it up.
Well, I started my dental career in 1990.
You actually gave a date.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Well, it's either that or years. Either way, they can count backward. Dental assistant for 7. A couple of those years I was going through hygiene school, graduated hygiene school in 97. It's because I can't do the math right now. It's like I always forget like how many years is what. I think I'm on 35 years now. I have owned a couple of dental practices here in Arizona. As a hygienist, you can do that. So I was lucky enough to be able to learn, obviously being a dental assistant, being a front office, being a hygienist, but then I got the opportunity to be an owner and run a practice and do all of that while I was running the practice, like these dentists have to do.
And being a consultant on the side, or full-time, whatever you want to call it.
On the side, as well as being a national speaker for BioLays and an international speaker for Invisalign. So I got a lot of the ortho aspect, learned a lot about malocclusion, learned a lot about, since I've been a hygienist, 28 years, there was only 1 year that I was not a laser hygienist, in Indiana, where I graduated from. And since then, I was lucky enough when I moved to Arizona a year later, I worked in an office that had diode lasers for hygiene, and I was just kind of thrown into it. And so love it. Been passionate about it ever since. About 10 years ago, not that I didn't know about orthodontics, but about 10 years ago, I was lucky enough to join Invisalign and really got passionate about malocclusion, bad bite with patients. So I just feel like I've probably done about everything in dentistry but be the dentist. And my joke is that I definitely played one on TV.
Now you're like on air, so you're going on record now, girl.
There was a few times, when my dentist wasn't available, I'm like, do I just go in there and sit down and like do the exam and just pretend? Are they gonna know?
You're like diagnose this. When you owned your practice, we always I've been with Paula for 6 years, maybe even 7, consulting and friends and business partners now, and we always joke when you own a practice is like it's really hard to own a practice as a hygienist or anything else. Forget hygiene, anything other than the dentist. And Paula would like talk to me after her day, and she'd be like, yeah, we had all these exams, and of course she didn't follow my advice on the diagnosing. It was a hell of an experience though, owning that practice, right? Like, would you do it again?
maybe I don't know if enough time has passed, but it's like having
Yeah,
a
it's hard
child.
to see
You need a little bit, or getting a puppy, you like need a little time in between. But I
Yeah.
think I learned so much. My model would look different. I would do it a little bit different. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, that I bought, during COVID,
Yeah.
here in Arizona too. So there
2
was a
days, 3 days after COVID, you opened. Like it
there
was.
was some obstacles around that for sure. So, there was a lot of things stacked against me, but I do think that it helped me be a better consultant, just we're all the way around,
Yeah. Yeah.
that
We always said you should have wrote a book. I would tell guys like I'm
wait, I think you were in charge of the kind of memoirs, and then
that was my job.
you
That
were
was
supposed to like keep track of all that while
oh yeah. Well, that's where,
I'm in pain, I can't like start writing.
yeah. Well, that's where I was going with this, was like when she'd come at the end of her day as an owner, she'd be like, "Oh my God, I'm so stressed," whatever. I mean, you got through that phase pretty quickly, but there was always something, right? There was always some
Yeah.
challenge or some system, which again makes you a great consultant. But I would be like, write that shit down, write it down. And that's a chapter. And you'd be like, I don't have time for this.
Right.
Of course, me being the marketing guy, I want to make a book out of it. But no, I've even, I remember pre-ownership Paula coach. And now, of course, I know very much post coach Paula, and totally different Paulas, and for the better, because you can relate to the people listening right now, dentists and practice owners and aspiring practice owners. You can relate to what they're dealing with, and because you lived it,
Right.
and ownership isn't easy. And
No.
that is the vision of the program. So we'll get into some of the topics, some of the things we're going to get into. For those of you that don't know me from the other two podcasts, my name's Michael Dinsio. And if you guys didn't pick that up already, Paula and I own Next Level Consultants. And it's a I call it a holistic, comprehensive, whatever you want to call it, consulting firm, from helping doctors get into ownership, whether it's a startup or an acquisition, and now managing a business, running the business. And we have currently and growing 10 amazing coaches that help us deliver fantastic advice and all kinds of stuff for you guys once you own, and even before you own. But my background was in marketing right out of college, got my MBA, worked for a marketing firm. When I went through business school, I focused and majored in marketing at the Ohio State University.
Well, I went to the Indiana University.
You can't say it. It's not part of the brand. The.
In football, have you seen us?
Well, I'm sure it is, but everybody makes fun of Ohio State because we always say the. It's ridiculous and pompous, but I love it. So I went to Ohio State, Fisher College of Business School, and learned a lot about marketing. It was super cool because I learned from the best at Ohio State. At Ohio State, the marketing gurus of the limited brands, Lex Wexner, Bath and Body Works, Victoria's Secret, at the time, Abercrombie and Fitch, all these incredible brands taught me how to market at Ohio State. So it was just an incredible school, and I had a great experience. And then went to a marketing company and worked for them, and got the itch after 6 years to change it up, go to a different industry, jumped into lending, which started my banking world in my dental world. Started lending to dentists only for Bank of America, and millions of dollars of loan originations. Learned a ton there, acquisition, you name it. And then just for fun, wanted to drop that, seeing a pattern, folks, So dropped that and started with Paula, this consulting firm, and it's been amazing. And so that's my background. Again, folks, we are going to continue to have episodes about how to open, lending, real estate, negotiation, LOIs, equipment selection. We're still going to publish all of those episodes, but the vision of this new brand and this new topic, and Paula being my partner in crime here, co-host, we are bringing into all of that practice management stuff. And because we've been doing this podcast, Paula, for, since COVID, it's like 4 or 5 years. And that's 4 or 5 years of content of just how to get into ownership. But now our amazing clients, past clients and existing clients need really good tips. And so Paula, what kind of things do you have in store for the practice owners now that are facing what you faced as an owner? And I think we're going to bring in some of the other coaches and stuff, but like, what do you have in store? What kind of topics and things? Just go ahead and tell us what you're.
Where do I start with the things I learned? Well, I think probably the first thing, I'm just going to kind of list them off, but I just wanted to highlight this. I think leadership. I think that, team, when we hear doctors that are already in ownership, the biggest thing is team. And it's not that team is bad. It's just that you're dealing with a bunch of humans and you've got to manage them and you've got to guide them and you've got to lead them. And, it's a job to them. So there's just so much around that. So I think leadership, job descriptions for your team culture, all of that stuff is really important in ownership. We're going to get into some hygiene stuff. We're going to get into
ortho. That's your favorite. That's your favorite one,
right? We're going to get into ortho. We're going to get into the intricacies of each, job. We're going to get into claims tracing, just a lot of the front office stuff, pitfalls of the front office, financial literacy, team accountability. Just go on. And then we want to talk a little bit about us, pitfalls of hiring a consultant, what to look for when you do hire a consultant. I think, one of the other things, because I hear it all the time, is, you don't know what you don't know. And so, one of the things that we're going to talk about is that, and that's probably one of the highlights of even hiring a consultant and what you're looking for in a consultant, because you're looking for them to lead you. And I think another big thing is treatment plan, treatment acceptance, treatment plan. How do we get more acceptance? How do we present these like a rock star? There's just so much to come. I don't sound excited right now, but I am, it's early.
Paula gave it to me this morning on having her.
Hey,
no, it's okay. It's part of it, Paula. This is just who we are. And all of our teams even laugh about us picking on each other. But I made her do this really early because it worked in my schedule. And,
right. Rule of thumb is it's not that I don't get up early. I get up. Everybody knows me. I am up by 5 a.m. It's just to be live on a podcast at 8 a.m. is
we're doing it. We're doing it. Yes.
Well, my request is afternoon, please.
Yes.
And I know I know our marketing director's listening, and he knew this, and our our admin is listening, and she knew this. Everybody knew this,
but here we are. Here we are. So the big. So back to the topics. That's a lot, folks. You'll notice.
I don't even know that
you'll notice that like Paula's way more organized than me. I unscripted is my style. I pull up and just start having conversations. Paula has this whole agenda and a lot of topics to bring in. Do you plan on I think you plan on bringing in the coaches?
I'm going to bring in the pros. When we're talking tracing claims and front office stuff, we got rock star front office coaches. There's no reason for me to high level it. Let's dig our sleeves or roll up our sleeves and dig in and really talk about some of the funny stuff too. It's like
definitely the funny stuff.
We don't want to make fun of anyone but that's what humor is built on. Is those true things that happen that we can laugh about later. So I think we've got to really dig in and talk about it, because the funny things are also built on the pain that we're having, right? So it's a true pain, we get through it, and then it's kind of funny at the end that it happened. So
we got stories. We got stories. We have an
ortho specialist we totally want to bring in, even though I've been with Invisalign. I mean, who's going to do it better than someone that's been there, done that. So no, I'm excited to bring on our coaches and plus hear a different voice than you and I.
Yeah, exactly.
For the
Exactly.
next
No,
5 years, right? Or 10 or whatever this is. So
no, and I'm like, guys, I'm really excited for those of you that have followed me over to this. I'm super excited because what you all don't know is that Paula and some of our other coaches help some of our startups and acquisitions behind the scenes, even on the front lines with our coaches and or with our clients. And so,
I mean, we probably did a majority of it. I'm just
no, I don't know about that, but I'm sure you guys feel that way. I at the end of the day, like we have a ton of experience as a team, and that's always been our vision at Next Level is not to have to know everything. I think Paula could possibly know everything, but
I don't want to.
our coaches have lived certain things within a practice on such a deep level, and we want to bring that to you because that's always been my vision over at the other podcast is just give it to you straight up, and that's why it's called unscripted because I don't like scripted. I like to just give with a leading, what is that, lead with a giving hand and give back to you guys. We don't really make any money on this, although we are going to plan on bringing on some sponsors. Those sponsors will just really help us promote the program. So Paula and I don't make any money off of the sponsor money. We just do more Facebook and social media. And we just push it out more aggressively. So this is not a money maker for us. This is just us giving back to you and all the knowledge that we have. And so I'm really excited about this new brand, this new vision, Paula, that you had for making this a more comprehensive program, not just about startups or acquisitions.
Right. But you made it sound like it's still unscripted. It's just we have some topics we want to hit so we can bring on guests and,
Yeah.
You can tune in to the ones you want and not to the ones you don't want to. So
Tune in all of them. Exactly.
well,
Right.
no, I want to, but
Well, guys, follow the program. This is going to be really fun. We plan on just driving this for many, many years and just keep giving you guys great tips and tricks on how to run a dental practice, how to start a practice, how to buy a practice, all the things that you guys need if you want to be owners. And so this is what it's all about. This is the kickoff. Paula, anything to add to today before we shut it down and invite everybody to subscribe and follow us?
well, what I heard, I guess I just want to clarify. So there's still going to be some startup and some acquisition stuff on here to help, with those owners, because I
Yeah.
think that's where the team is going to shine and I'm going to shine as well, is in those when once that kind of we get close to closing or on that dotted line, then
Yeah.
a lot happens. Then that's when panic mode starts.
The panic mode begins the day you get the keys, whether you're doing a startup or acquisition. And so there's just so much going on. And
or when you make the decision to sell, the panic mode goes on too.
it's very true.
You realize by the last like 20, 30 years, it's like,
and you did both. You bought and sold. So you know what it's like to be on both sides of that. And I mean, I just think I'm actually glad you said that because ownership is a journey and the startup and the acquisition is the beginning part of that journey. But then there's many, many years in between the growth, the scaling issues, the vision, and like you said, Paula, culture, leadership. There's so much stuff in the middle. And then at the end, it's the exit strategy and the twilight years of your career. And then it's maximizing the sale so that you can fade off into the sunset and have buku dollars. And so
and it pay off for all your, blood, sweat, and tears, because we experience that all the time, Michael, where these docs have owned for 30 years and they're leaving. And it's like, whoa, wait, what happened to my ARs? I have this money sitting out here. And then I think and then they wait till the last second to try and like
fix it all,
blood out of the turnip. And it's like, okay, guys.
Yeah. You're at the finish line. You can't fix anything.
Masters, but not in 2 weeks. Like it takes a minute. So
yeah. So we plan on covering all of those types of topics so that you're managing your business throughout your whole career, the whole journey. the whole journey from start to finish, and so that you don't have to wait to the last 2 months before you sell to fix things.
Exactly.
So yeah, so guys, again, thanks so much for following, coming over from the other podcasts. I'm super excited about this next journey. We look way more sophisticated, and probably because Paula's on the camera now, not just me. So you guys are probably sick of hearing my voice, and so
Oh,
Paula,
by like 10th episode, my hair will probably be in a bun, and I'll be like,
I'm totally expecting that, and
I'll
that would
like
be
rolling out of bed, and like, okay,
yeah, that'll be unscripted. That's exactly what it's supposed to be. Exactly right. So, well, without further ado, folks, we're going to shut this down at the 20-minute mark. Thanks for joining us and being here with us and subscribing and following along over the next many, many years of great episodes to come. And yeah, Paula, thank you for taking this on with me and sharing the load of podcasting. And we're going to make it great. So
my
with
pleasure.
all that being said, we'll check you guys later. See ya.
Bye.